Hello, I'm Lester Lee and welcome back to Movies Now at SavannahNow.com. This week, like I said last week, I'm going to give you my full review of Iron Man 2, as well as talk about Just Wright and Robin Hood.
And now for our feature presentation.
Now, of course, Iron Man 2 is doing amazingly well at the box office. Everyone's loving it. I know when I went to go see it, all the showtimes were sold out. Luckily, I bought in advance. And, you know, everyone's Facebook status is about how great Iron Man 2 is on all the talk shows on the radio. It's all they want to talk about because it's great. And, well, that's why I don't feel very bad pointing out why I thought some of it was kind of dumb. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I didn't dislike the movie. I just thought that some of the things in the movie were a little too easy. You know, for example, there's one part where he creates a completely new element and it takes like 30 seconds and he has pretty much everything he needs conveniently at his house, which to me seems a little bit too much of a stretch. Now, I know that in the context of a film where a man can create a suit that connects with the power supply in his chest, nothing's really too much of a stretch, but I feel like it was just a little too trite. And also, there was the fight scenes between Iron Man and his enemies. You know, they were cool, but they lasted for maybe 30 seconds as well. It was really short, and some of the best fight scenes in the whole movie were between Scarlett Johansson and people she was fighting, and that was pretty awesome. She did some awesome flips and stuff, and I'm sure it was stunt doubles, but it was really impressive nonetheless. And, you know, the whole thing, it just kind of was anticlimactic. It felt like it was building towards something that really only took 5 minutes to resolve, and then the movie was kind of over.
Center.
I'm sorry, he's very eccentric.
I want one.
No.
That being said, a movie wouldn't get this kind of praise if it didn't have its merits, and it definitely has its merits. Robert Downey Jr. I thought did a great job as portraying Tony Stark, of course. He's really suave and arrogant and a ladies' man, everything he needs to be. And Don Cheadle I thought did well. Even though he wasn't the original Rhodey, I think that he did well, and it was a much easier changeover for me than was, say, Maggie Gyllenhaal in The Dark Knight, which was a change of character that I really hated. So this one was a lot better than that, at least. And there were several different plot lines running throughout the film that kept it interesting. You find out things about Tony Stark's father, and he finds out things about his father that kind of connect them even after his father's passed. And it's really interesting to see all that come together. And, you know, this movie, to me, was a letdown because I went in with really high expectations fueled by everyone else saying how great it was. Now, my biggest caveat to you is I think that you could definitely enjoy this film, and if you liked the Iron Man 1, then it's definitely worth going to see. But don't go in with your hopes as high as they would be dictated by everyone else's saying how good it is. Go in with all that free from your mind, and I think you'll enjoy it much more.
Mr. Stark displays textbook narcissism. Agreed?
Now, I remember not too long ago, J-Lo was in a film, and we were talking about how all these stars are coming back out of what seemed like retirement because it seems like they're broke. And not too different from that is Queen Latifah coming out in Just Wright this weekend. I thought she'd kind of disappeared, and I wasn't too sad about that. But in Just Wright, we see Queen Latifah as landing a job of a lifetime, being a personal fitness trainer to a star basketball player. But she starts to feel herself fall in love with him. But he's oblivious to this, so he kind of develops feelings for Queen Latifah's character's best friend. So will he go for Queen Latifah's best friend, or will he realize that everything he's ever wanted was right in front of him in Queen Latifah?
Rest of these is mine. Stop playing.
Hi.
You're so
sorry I left you. Please give us a chance.
After the work she did with you, she's become a hot commodity. 5 teams offered her a training position.
You running from something. I'm not running from anything.
How about dinner someplace nice?
You better be packing something in that wallet. I'm not one of those salad-eating chicks.
Now, another movie coming out that I'm personally very excited about is Robin Hood, starring Russell Crowe as Robin Locksley, or Robin of the Hood. And of course, it's a story that everyone should pretty well be acquainted with, you know, the man who steals from the rich to give to the poor. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty good, refreshing new take on it, directed by Ridley Scott. And you see Russell Crowe returning from the Third Crusades to his land of Nottingham to find a new sheriff has taken over and run everyone dry, and now everyone's squalor, and it's a lot less happy than it was when he left. Now, I won't get to see this movie this weekend because it's my prom weekend, so I would really appreciate it if you go and see it and tell me how it was in the comment box right below this video.
Are you ready to be who you are?
Yes.
What we ask for is liberty. Liberty by law.
Now you can see Just Wright and Robin Hood starting Friday, May 14th, 2010. And of course, Iron Man 2 is still in theaters if you haven't seen that yet. Now for local times and listings, go to savannahnow.com/do/moviesnow. And once again, I'm Lester Lee from Movies Now at savannahnow.com.